Some animals we've heard about have been praised for their smartness and intelligence. Take, for example, dolphins, or even a gorilla that knows how to use sign language. But alas, animals are just like humans. While there are some who are just born geniuses, there are some who may have to work a little harder in that area of expertise. All in all, not everyone is born like Albert Einstein, and the same goes for animals. So, in today's video, we will be going over some of the dumbest animals in the world. But before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with the notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. The first animal on the list that has been found to be dumb is turkeys. The Melia gris, or turkey, is a beloved food at least once a year, and many people even enjoy them as pets. Of course, turkeys don't just make scrumptious Thanksgiving meals, but also make for less intelligent animals. Turkeys, we reckon, are a bunch of existentialists, forever creating ways to confuse people with highly complex cant. And the entire world just knows how much the turkey deserves to be on any list of dumbest birds. They have widely spaced eyes and an almost clumsy, dim-witted walk. Benjamin Franklin called them birds of courage. Animal Planet says they're confused, while the Washington Post attests these animals are just misunderstood. Owners who love the bird have also spoken of their turkey preferring to only drink water that drips upward. This phenomenon is the result of the bird consuming rain as it falls from the sky, but they're not drinking. They simply have a tendency of staring into the sky for up to 30 minutes at a time when it rains. It appears that the birds are simply mesmerized at the idea of wetness coming out of nowhere, so they stare with their mouths open in awe. Often they do so until they drown. It's important to remember, though, that this goofy and aimless behavior of turkeys can be ascribed to this condition called torticolor spasms that is believed to be hereditary. Not just that, but they have monocular vision, which is a kind of cool thing because it means that they can only see one person from one eye while seeing someone else from the other eye. Up next on the list of dumb animals is pandas. It's a known fact that pandas are an endangered species largely because of their eating habits. Of course, they are giant carnivores that over time have learned to survive on bamboo. They are seen as one of the dumbest animals for their insistence on eating the low nutrition shoots. They therefore have to constantly keep eating at the bamboo shoots so as to survive. Their nutrition has made them not just stupid but also lazy. Bamboo has practically no protein and vitamins, thus denying pandas proper brain development. It's also because of this that they cannot just find the energy to get up and go. It gets worse, that they can only mate once in the wild as they have practically no energy to do it often. You would expect the babies to be so small because of lack of nutrition. That's why the mothers hardly realize it when they're giving birth. However, it's the mothers that give pandas the tag of being the dumbest animals, since they can't recognize their own calves. They even go ahead trying to kill them. Since they are born in pairs, the mother tends to choose the stronger calf and lets the weaker one starve to death. Next up is cane toads. Cane toads are found in abundance in Australia, but if there's anything else abundant about them, it's the degree of their stupidity. The world's largest toad, it has a diet that includes both living and deceased matter, and that trait goes beyond their meals. These aggressive creatures can be found openly having physical relations with anything, living or dead. These creatures are so dumb with their sex drive that they are observed humping practically anything. Without hesitation, they assault rats, lizards, snakes, and anything else that moves. And when we said they have physical relations with anything, we meant anything. Cane toads have even been observed to have these relations with carcasses. In fact, male cane toads are so senseless that they hump on their dead female counterparts. One individual female cane toad can lay as much as 30,000 eggs at once, which just increases the numbers of these animals and their dumb actions tremendously at a time. Following up cane toads on the list, we have sloths. These creatures have inspired a whole generation of shiftless, good-for-nothing sleeping beauties. That appearance itself is a good suggestion about their less bright bulbs. Sloths reside in South and Central America's lowland tropical regions, spending their time in the first canopy. There are 2- and 3-toed sloths. Sloth hit the big time after the Ice Age movies, thanks to Sid the Sloth. He could be simple-minded, but often uses his brains to save the day, putting Sid the Sloth to the side. The truth is that these animals are dumb. The sloth could be the stupidest of the dumbest animals. Well, it's maybe not stupid animals so much as lazy. They sleep pretty much all day, every day. Rumor is that they only leave the tree for a quick trip in the shrubs for a bathroom break. After this, it crawls back into the tree just to get more beauty sleep. During the trek, it's not unusual for the creature to slip and die. Why? Well, it often mistakes one of its own limbs for a tree branch. Fifth on the list is kakapos. The kakapo is a flightless parrot that's very adorable. They evolved in an area that afforded them food in abundance, and in which there were no predators. Thus, their brain development was hampered as they had no reason to come up with a defense strategy. Try to scare it and see what makes it one of the dumbest animals. It will either stand completely still or climb up a tree only to jump out falling on the ground in a heap, which in retrospect shouldn't be too surprising as nothing else would really be expected from a bird that can't fly. The kakapo has a very poor diet, and just like the panda never really mates, mates. They would wait for the big rimru berry harvest that comes every 2 to 5 years before the females can mate. It gets interesting though, when the males calling to the females causes too many echoes that it's hard to tell where to go. The next dumb animal on the list for today today is flamingos. You can't appreciate the stunning beauty of the flamingo if you've only seen one in a zoo or in a picture. You have to get out to East Africa. That's when the full majesty of their beauty unfolds. But like the dumb blonde, the flamingo was blessed with looks but not brains. They have two healthy long legs to run and walk, but for some odd reason, it only makes use of one leg most of the time. While sleeping and feeding, it goes ballerina delicately and needlessly still balancing on one leg. Never even in our dreams would we thought that these fetching birds could be less intelligent. But flamingos also make oddity in their eating behavior, as they turn their beaks upside down to catch food and water. So we think flamingos like to keep things different, no matter how difficult things become in a bid to be so. The real reason they do this? No? I bet they have a good one, but we'll likely never know. Up next, we have goblin sharks. Just when you thought sharks couldn't be one of the dumbest animals, you meet a goblin shark with a retractable spike pit. And many will genuinely be shocked to see a shark on the list, because sharks are typically expected to be reasonable. Sharks are believed to be generally smart, but the goblin shark is a disgraceful exception to this. This creature is so slow, sluggish, and lazy that it doesn't even want to go around and hunt or look for food. It'll just sit in one place and wait for an unfortunate prey to approach it. This miserable creature is mainly seen off the coastlines of Japan. Yet another animal that has been labeled as dumb is the lilac-breasted roller. This is something that Kenyans will be pleased with, as the lilac-breasted roller is their national bird. Although the bird looks majestic and pretty, its actions can be construed as a beacon of foolishness. It is regarded as one of the dumbest animals anywhere, because it's always settling at heights where it's clear that it cannot build a nest. Since it is sluggish and slow in thinking, it doesn't even run when under threat, so poachers or hunters find it a comfortable animal to kill at will. Last but not least, on the list of dumb animals, we have ostriches. The ostrich is known for being one of the largest birds in the world, and it's not just the size that makes it stand out. It's a flightless bird with small wings. Other birds that stick to the ground include the emu and kiwi. The ostrich has a long neck and long legs. The ostrich, primarily roaming the plains of Africa, travels in social groups of up to 50. While it's argued that this creature has the capacity to show reasonable smarts, what makes it stand out as the dumbest bird is its reaction to threat. The bird is capable of running away and even hiding. The ostrich also can be aggressively defensive, having a serious clawed foot that's killed lions. But when push comes to shove, faced with an imposing threat, the ostrich will push its head at the ground and not shove it under the sand. As the legend goes, closes its eyes and goes invisible. Well, let's just say the bird thinks it's invisible. Not to mention, the flightless birds also like to dance in backward circles. Overall, it can be understood why they're placed here as dumb animals. With that said, that's going to wrap up this video. Thanks for watching.